Hello everyone, today is Tuesday, February 26th. It's 2:58 p.m. It's about an hour before the regular session closed. You can see my computer clock on my right, and on my left is the time and sales, the E-mini S&P, currently trading at the 2800 level basically. It was another really great day for the Autotrader. First up is the DAX on this Super Enco 6 tick with this larger than usual sensitivity of 9, and this creates some interesting possibilities here. Notice where the fill is here. This one is using the step MA as a filter, and it's a limit order with an 8 tick pullback, so hence our deep pullback here, really at a good entry point. In fact, this whole trade here with this deep pullback and then exiting here, it went 50 ticks, and so we got trail stopped out probably at this level 25% here, as you can see. So those are pretty good numbers. And then we had this short trade here, and probably our equity high right at this point was probably about $2,000, because the first trade equity high was about $1,200, and I imagine there was easily $700 or $800 here. So I think what I'm going to do on this chart is I'm going to lower the goal to 2,000, and because in this case we would have probably been done right here, but this went on to hit its goal. After this loser, there was another really great trade right here, and this didn't bring us up to our goal, but it brought us back to the 2,000 level. Again, hit our target, and then just a 20% trailing stop, and then it didn't trade again until here, and this trade here brought us to our goal, and obviously would have went much further had I had a higher goal. So really great performance on this chart. This has done pretty good overall. There's been some losing days on here, but overall it's been pretty impressive. Okay, next is the DAX on Super Enco 14 tick, and this, I believe, is the one with the higher, no, $2,000 goal. So this did draw down about 1150, which is $575 per contract, and so I've said before, you need to allow somewhere around $600 or $700 drawdown per contract in the DAX. You have to allow for some losers, and certainly that was the case here. We didn't hit our loss limit, and then we had 3 winning trades in a row here and managed to bring us up to our goal. So another very consistent chart has been the DAX on a 150 Heikin-Ashi chart, and this struggled to get started here, and it drew down, looks like about $900 here. There was 3 losers in a row. They weren't big, but they added up. Really 4 losers here, so only $900 in 4 losing trades. That's pretty good. Both of these trades had profits in them, but our stops aren't so tight right here. And then we had these couple of trades here, and that looks like it brought us up to our goal of 1,500 on this chart. It's still not that many trades altogether. So our goal being 1,500, and we did 1,537, so we had positive slippage on this pretty nice run here. Pretty good signals on the indicators. Okay, next is the NASDAQ on a 1597 Heikin-Ashi. This chart has also been pretty good. We have an open position here. We're long from this 71.2375 level with a pretty nice run going here. So we have a closed P&L of 140 and an open P&L of 830, so almost 1,000 in P&L here. The first equity high was only about $400 here, so depending on how the market finishes. Just to let you know, this would be a place where I might bring my stop up tighter. I mean, we would get stopped out if we close below this hash mark here, the way the stops are set up, but you can bring your stops closer by just clicking this button. No shame in doing so. Okay, the NASDAQ on a 987 Heikin-Ashi chart did 1255, and Looks like we had no losers, a couple of small winners here, and then this really nice winning trade here, and the goal on this one is 1250. So next up is the DAX on a Superenco 6 tick, and this one has a tighter sensitivity. I'm using the step MA, and what's interesting about these charts with the step MA is I had kind of not done too much with it. Took a couple of clients showing me that they were using this and that it was useful, and so only recently did I begin to plot a few charts with the step MA. This one is using a step moving average. It's a limit order with a 1 tick pullback, but the sensitivity here is 1 as opposed to the other Superenco 6 with a sensitivity of 9. And this played out pretty good, did 1487. The goal on this, I believe, is 1500, and so it had 1 tick of slippage, but this has been working out pretty good with the step moving average. I think the money management could be improved on this a little bit, perhaps a little bit tighter trailing stops. Okay, a lot of charts in the crude today did well. The 150 Heikin-Ashi tick chart hit its goal in a single trade. This has a goal of 1,000, and that was done in a single position here. Okay, the crude oil on a Superenco 8 tick hit its goal of 1,050, I think, and had a tick of positive slippage, 1,020. So a couple of ticks of positive slippage. There was 1 loser and 2 winners. You can see that in the equity curve here. Drawdown was insignificant. Okay, the E-mini S&P Superenco 4 tick. I think every one of our Superenco 4 tick charts today hit its goal, except for one, but that one was still positive. This one has a Superenco 5 as the higher time frame, limit order with 1 tick pullback and a 750 target, and so this did 712.50. Had some slippage here, but had maybe a tick drawdown, a break-even trade here minus a tick or two, and then came back and did hit its goal. Okay, the DAX Superenco 14 tick with the higher daily goal of 35.50 struggled today. It drew down that same 1150 and made an equity high of almost 2,000 here, and then had a couple of losers and a small winner, and just ended up with 600 for the day, which is decent, but these charts usually yield a little bit more. In any case, it wasn't a losing day. It still finished positive. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a 1597 Heikin-Ashi chart had a drawdown of only a tick or so and did 950 for the day. The goal on this is 1,000. So just a few trades, and that's what I was trying to accomplish by lowering the goals on some of these to 300, 400, 500 a contract. Okay, the ES on a Superenco 6 tick did 900 for the day, and the goal on this is 950. So once again, that's 425 per contract, and what I'm trying to accomplish with these lower goals is to try to keep it a little more realistic. 425 per contract is reasonable on this time frame, and so basically there was 4 trades, there was 5 trades. There was 2 small losers and 3 winners, and here's the equity curve. So losers pretty small, winners pretty good. Okay, another Superenco 4 tick chart. This one, the Superenco 6 higher time frame, one of the most consistent Superenco 4 tick charts. Same deal here, just a limit order with 1 tick pullback and a 750 goal. So this hit its goal and had 1 tick of slippage and had no drawdown. Okay, another E-mini S&P Superenco 4 tick. Nice looking trades here, no drawdown. 2 nice winners, and you can see the size of the loser here was less than $100. And so this one has a higher time frame of Superenco 5 as well. Slightly different settings than different sensitivity, I believe, than the other Superenco 5 tick higher time frame. Okay, next up is the E-mini S&P on a regular 5 Renko chart, and this did 375 for the day on a single trade. This one has a higher time frame of Super Renko 6. Okay, next up is the crude oil on a Super Renko 6 tick, and this is using our volume weighted average, moving average as a filter. This drew down about 300 per contract and then recovered and ended up plus 300 with a couple of nice winning trades just before the noon hour. Okay, next is the DAX on a Super Renko 14 tick. This is the one with the larger goal of 3,500. This drew down about a little over 1,000 and then recovered and finished the day at 600. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching today.